Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. Well, another corporate disaster. This one's tragic, by the way. I mean, my family loved Cracker Barrel, especially my kids. They loved going into the store. And, there was a while there that they had great food for a decent price. And, well, that's all gone downhill. And Cracker Barrel decided to absolutely 100% destroy their image, their legacy. Well, it all actually started about 5 years ago, and I'm going to show you how in just a second. But this is what Cracker Barrel decided to do. Look at their logo. What do you notice? They just unveiled their new logo. This timeless one on the left, Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Now they're going to the same old flat, plain, modern, just horrible looking logo. Real quick, would you consider hitting that thumbs up button? You know, when you like this video, it'll get pushed out to more people and it would really help spread the truth. Like all of these different brands are doing, they're bringing, oh my goodness. This is what's considered to be art today. You know, look at architecture, like 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, and you see stunning, beautiful works of art. As technology progresses and as humans get smarter and and become more loving and inclusive and accepting, well, we become stupider. And what passes as beautiful or actual good art or good design, good architecture, is just plummeted down the toilet. In fact, here's the CEO over on the right. Here's a bigger picture of her. I want you to take a little look-see. What do you notice about this woman and all of these radical, crazy liberals? They all have the same calling card. It's a uniform, this user writes. She's a part of that club. So what do you think's gonna happen to Cracker Barrel? In fact, look at this. This is what Cracker Barrel used to look like, remember? It's not just the logo. They're destroying the inside of the restaurants as well. This is what it used to... country, homey, inviting, cozy. And this is actually an updated version of their old look. It used to be actually even more inviting than this. But now they're turning it into this. Do you see this? This is Cracker Barrel now. This is what they want to do to all of the locations. It's an abomination. It's so disturbing. Like it's just incredible how people will literally take the legacy that Cracker Barrel and a lot of these brands that just implode because they're trying to appease the woke left and these young blue-haired butch lesbians that have never liked them in the first place, and they think, hey, if we make everything ugly, flat, modern, tasteless, no beauty whatsoever, then we'll attract all the people that are never satisfied with anything anyway. In fact, look at how the mainstream media is reacting to Cracker Barrel destroying itself. This is why I use Ground News, because they show you how the left and the right are spinning the news. Even the left is admitting, look at CBS, Cracker Barrel loses almost $200 million in value as stock plunges after new logo release. And then look, the right, they're just telling it like it is. Cracker Barrel ditches Americana as customers call for boycott over iconic brand change. You know, Ground News also shows you when the mainstream media is being biased. Their blind spot feature shows you when the left or the right isn't covering the news that you should know about. You can also see who owns each news outlet. If you go to ground.news/Brylan or scan the QR code on the screen, you can get 40% off the same Vantage plan that I personally use. Thank you for supporting the sponsor of this video, Ground News. It helps me to continue to bring you daily news videos that you can trust. Look at this. Go woke, go broke. Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Fels Massino's decision to decolonize the company, starting by removing the old-fashioned country gentleman meant to evoke nostalgia and Americana from the logo, is hammering the stock, wiping out $250 million in value. Since Phelps became CEO, the stock is down 34%, erasing $587 million in value. But it's everybody else is the issue. No, it's not her. It's what made Cracker Barrel one of the most beloved country restaurants in America. That's the problem. This was just today, by the way, down 14% today. It just tanked. Not only that, but look, down in the last 5 years, down 58%. Almost down 60% in the last 5 years. You know what they started doing about 5 years ago? This kind of garbage. Cracker Barrel, LGB Alliance, supporting home office and field employees to bring their whole selves to work while strengthening Cracker Barrel's relationship to the LGB. Because that is what is going to save Cracker Barrel. Trying to appease people who don't like you, will never like you. You can change your history. You can change your logo. You can remodel your restaurants. The people who hate everything, including themselves, will still hate you. Gee, who'd have thunk? In fact, here's a post back in 2021. At Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, we've been on a journey of improvement and understanding as individuals and as a company. We believe that when we harness the uniqueness of our differences, we become better. None of this needs to be in there. All of this was just a ploy. This was right in the pinnacle of trying to appease the woke left. And when the left thought that they just had everybody in a headlock. Did the last election tell us nothing? People hate this kind of garbage. These CEOs, these companies, these corporations still have not learned, and they're still trying to push this. And it's just incredible that they think they can continue to get away with it when their stock is tanking, showing that they're not getting away with it. But I love Steak and Shake's response here. Look at this. This is one of the best responses. They said sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At CB, Cracker Barrel, their goal is to just delete the personality altogether. Hence, the elimination of the old-timer from the signage. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far, and now the CEO wants to just scrape it all away. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, and American values. All are welcome. We will never market ourselves away from our past in a cheap effort to gain the approval of trend seekers. Absolutely love this response. In fact, don't forget, Steak and Shake are one of the very few that are moving away from using seed oils in their food. You know, all of these garbage oils that destroy your health. They're using tallow. That's how it used to be. But here's another big part of the problem. Here's Gilbert Davila. He's on the board at Cracker Barrel. I want you to notice, it's not just the woke CEO, but this restaurant, Cracker Barrel, has been overtaken, okay? I think it's too late. There's too many people in power at Cracker Barrel that are a part of this woke problem that we have. In fact, this guy, Davila, served as the vice president of global diversity and multicultural market development at Walt Disney. It doesn't get any worse than that. Oh man, this guy has been a part of diversifying Disney, Coca-Cola. I mean, some of these major brands that you've seen just gone completely woke. But Cracker Barrel's stock in a free fall after CEO admits change just not as relevant as we once were. Of course, it's the legacy behind Cracker Barrel, right? It's their logo. It's what made them such a beloved restaurant, right? Those are all the issues. It's not, the woke LGB catering to all of this woke madness over the last 5 years, right when their stock started tanking. It has nothing to do with all the woke, all the LGB, trying to appease all these people. It has to do with they're just not as relevant as they used to be. Well, it's funny because Business Insider just put out an article as well. Cracker Barrel CEO says it's lost relevancy with customers. I visited one and found mediocre food. They don't need to change Cracker Barrel. They don't need to demolish and destroy its identity in order to get people into their restaurant that have never liked them anyway and never will. One of the biggest issues here is the mediocre food. Cracker Barrel, they're putting wokeness and LGB and all of that garbage ahead of making sure that they have competent waiters and waitresses and good food. Their food has gone downhill. Is it because they actually don't care about what will truly bring Cracker Barrel back on top? They don't care about the truth. They want to implement their agenda. But instead of just saying we're not going to cater to LGB and we're going to fix our food, and that will alone bring back renown to Cracker Barrel, they're going to try to fix it with something that only kills, stills, and destroys. Sounds like a plan. I love this reminder in Proverbs chapter 19. Look at verse 21. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please hit that thumbs up button. You know when you like this video, to get pushed out to more people, and it would really help spread the truth. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.